Start, sir. I'll start. Start. Children, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The slide is visible, children.
Can you make it?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes. So
Madam, can you
last
make it
class I
little
have
bigger?
explained.
Can you make it little bigger font because it's too small for me? Ah, right. Now it's better. Yeah. This is better. This is better.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, children. Be able to see this? Yes. So,
Yes,
as
sir.
a grade 12 students, I'm going to start with the 12th syllabus. Okay. So, it's very important lesson. Okay. So, you have to listen. So, I think you know from the grade 6th, from grade 6th, we have in biology part about this lesson. Okay. The reproduction. That is, we are going to discuss here in a plants how the sexual reproduction will be takes place. Okay. So we all know. So before entering into inside the lesson, we have a 5 plant kingdom. Yes, we have a 5 plant kingdom. We have. Okay. So one is Thallophyta. The second one is Bryophyta. The third one is Pteridophyta. And fourth one is Angiosperms. And the fifth one is uh, gymnosperms. Okay, so like 5 plant kingdom we have. We have a 5 plant kingdom. So among the 5, only the one plant kingdom have a capacity to produce the flower. That is angiosperms. Yes, that is angiosperms. Okay, children. So we have a 5 plant kingdom. Thallophyta means all the algae which is comes under the Thallophyta. Okay, and bryophytes, most of the mosses which is comes under the bryophytes are the pteridophytes, most of the ferns. Okay, fern which is comes under the pteridophytes are gymnosperms like cycas, neetum, like these kind of plants which is comes under the gymnosperms, and the plant angiosperms only it is a flowering plants. Okay, so we all know in angiosperm which is the part which is involved in the sexual reproduction na, that is called flower. So the flower is the sexual reproduction in the angiosperm. So what is a flower? So the flower is a condensed shoot. We can say the two definition. One is a condensed shoot which is called as a flower, or the reproductive part of the flower. Therefore, reproductive part of the flower. Okay, va? So we all know the flower we used to use everywhere, even if it is a good or bad things, whatever it is happened, we used to what? We approach with what is that? We are going with the flowers only. Okay, so we know the definition. The flower means condensed or a modified shoot, which is called as what is that? The flowers. Okay, va? And so the flowers where it is produced in a plant, na, it is produced in the branches. Branches are in a stem. Okay. If the flowers which is produced in the a tip of the plant, okay, in the two way it will produce. One is a terminal end, a terminal part. A terminal part means a tip of the plant. For example, if you see the tip region, if it is produced, which is called as a terminal, that is shoot tip we are saying. That is terminal. And sometimes the flowers are produced in the axis. Okay, so the axis na the nodal regions. The axis means nodal region. If the flowers are produced, that is called as axillary position. They are called as axillary position. Okay, and here the how what is the how what where the flowers are involved in the reproduction we are going to see. Before that, the parts of typical flower. So we all know. So I do not much explanation here. So the flowers have two parts. One is the essential parts and another one is the non-essential parts. Okay, the flower which is made up of two parts, the main two parts. One is the essential parts and another one is the non-essential parts. So what is essential parts? Abdina, the part which is involved in the reproduction is called as the essential parts. It's nothing but, okay, the two innermost wall, that is a male and female reproductive parts. And non-essential parts. What is a non-essential parts? Na? The part which is not involved in the reproduction, which is called as non-essential part. That is two outermost wall. One is the calyx and another one is what is that? Corolla. One is the what? Calyx and another one is the corolla. Okay, va? So this is what about the main parts of the flower. Okay, va children? So what are the two parts of flower? What are the two parts of flower?
Essential,
Essential,
non-essential.
non-essential. In essential, this comes under male and female reproductive parts. Okay. So what are the male and female reproductive parts? Na? One is andrecium and another one is gynecium. Okay. So the andrecium, which is also called as male reproductive part. Okay. So the andrecium, which is also called as what is that? Male reproductive part of the flower. Okay. So for andrecium, we can also say that stamen. Andrecium, we can also say what is that? Stamen. Okay, va? So the andrecium, which is made up of two parts. One is the long filament, long slender part is called as a filament. And the tip region we have, what is that? The anther. The tip region, the anther will be present. So there are two parts are present. One is the, this is the part. If you see the male reproductive part, okay, the two parts are present. One is the a long filament, okay, that is a filament, a green color part filament. The tip region, if you see, we have what is that? Anther. Okay, we have a anther. So these are the two male reproductive parts. And when we discuss about the female, okay, so the female which is made up of three parts. The female which is made up of three parts. One is stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, so the stigma generally it is a sticky in nature. The stigma which is a sticky in nature. Okay, so it contains some of the nutrient for the pollen germination. The stigma which contain the what is that nutrient which is important for the what is that a pollen germination. And the next part, style. Okay, it is a long slender part which carry the what is that male gamete to the ovary, which carry the male gamete to the ovary. Children, we studied all this thing in the grade 6 itself. Okay, so and the next one is ovary. The ovary will produce what is that? The egg. The ovary will be produced egg. Here the site of fertilization will be takes place. Where is the site of fertilization? In ovary is the site of fertilization. So the female reproductive part is called as gynecium. Apart from that, gynecium we can also called as pistil and carpel. We can also say that pistil and carpel also other name for the female reproductive part. Okay, children. Yes. And the next one is female reproductive part, gynecium, male reproductive part, andrecium. Okay, so andrecium, anther I told, right? The anther always produce the male gamete, which is called as pollen grains. And in female reproductive part, the ovary. Okay, so inside the ovary, okay, we will get what is that? Ovules. Okay, the ovules will be produced. So this is what a female reproductive part. And what are the non-essential part of the plants? அப்படின்னு பார்க்கும்போது sepals and petals. We have two parts. One is the sepals and another one is the petals. So what is the sepals? அப்படிங்கும்போது the sepals are the outermost layer of the plants. Okay, so what is the? It's also known as calyx. The sepals are also known as calyx. So the main function is, okay, So protect the flower in the bud condition. This is the main function of the calyx. Calyx, the main function is protect the flower in the bud condition. And the next one is petals. So petals are generally, if you see, very attractive, bright in colors. Okay, so they are called as, it's also called as corolla. So there is a doubt here. Okay, sepal ne calyx ne. Okay, see the single unit we have, if you take flower, we have generally 5 calyx we have. So in that among the 5, if you take a separate one, that is a single unit mattu, if we consider na, they are called as sepals. All together, all the 5 units together, we can call it as a calyx. The same way, petals also, a single petal, a single one unit of petal is called as a one unit of flower, which is called as a petal. All together, collectively, all petals together, which is called as the corolla. And some of the plant, there is no sepals petals differentiation. There is no sepals petals differentiation. Okay, so there is such plants we can together we can called as perianth. We can call as what is that perianth. So these are the what some of the structure of the character of the plant. Okay, va? So these are the essential and non-essential part. And also when we are discussing about the flower, it is additional point. Okay, if based on the sex organs are present, there are two types of flowers we have. One is the unisexual flower and another one is the bisexual flower. So what is the unisexual flower? If any one sex organs are present, then it is called as what is that? Unisexual. And if it is two sex organs, both male and females are present, then it is called as what is that? Bisexual flowers. Okay. For example, unisexual flower, papaya. Okay, so papaya, watermelon, these are comes under the unisexual flower. And bisexual flower, we can go with what is that? Hibiscus, these and all comes under the rose, these and all comes under the what? Bisexual flower. And also the number of whorls present in the flower, based on the number of whorls present in the flower, there are two types of flower. Again, we can classify the flower into two. One is the complete flower and another one is the incomplete flower. One is the complete flower and another one is the incomplete flower. What is a complete flower now? The 4 whorls also present, like a calyx, corolla, sepal, petals. Okay, so all the 4 whorls are present, then it is called as, what is that called as? Complete flower. Among the 4, if it is any one whole, if it is miss also, then it is called as what is that? Incomplete flower. Incomplete flower. Got children? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is about what? The flowers we want to know additional information. Yes. Am I right? Yeah. So next we are going with what is that? A male reproductive parts. We are going with the male reproductive parts. Okay. So what is the male reproductive part in a flower? What is the male reproductive part in a flower?
Anther. Andricium.
Huh? Andrecium. Okay. Andrecium. And it is made up of how many parts?
2 parts.
2 parts. Male reproductive part. It is also consist of how many parts? 2 parts. Yes.
Anther and filament.
Yeah. And one more thing, we are growing generally we are growing the plants and the ornamental part of the plant. Okay. The growing of ornamental plants. Okay. It's called as what is that? Floriculture. The study of flowers. The branch of biology which deals with the what is that? A study of flowers, which is called as what is that? Floriculture. We can call it as floriculture. Make a note of it. Okay. It's the additional point only. So now we are going to discuss about what is that? A male reproductive part. So that is, what is that? Stamen and microsporangium we are going to discuss. First, stamen. The stamens are composed of, I told, 2 parts. One is the anther and another one is what is that? Filament. The anther lobe may be 2 type. So the one lobe is present which is called as monothecous. Example in China rose. Okay, and cotton and all. Dithecus na two lobes are present. Okay, for example, if you see in some plants, two lobes are present. Okay, and some lobes are only one it is present now, which is called as what is that? The dithecus. One is present, monothecus. Two lobes are present, which is called as what is that? Dithecus. Okay, example for dithecus, datura is an example. Okay, datura is an example. Okay, so the anther having two anther lobes, and if two anther lobes na total four microsporangia or pollen chambers are present. Okay, va. And sorry, four pollen chamber, four microsporangia, anther having two anther lobes and four microsporangia. Pollen chambers are called as dithecus. Okay, anther and two lobed anthers. Also, we can call it as two lobed anther. And monothecus na they have only one lobe. Okay, two microsporangia. Four microsporangia na two lobe. One microsporangia na what is that? Two microsporangia na one lobe anther. Okay, so this is the thing you want to know. So dithecus, please one more time make a note. Dithecus na four microsporangia, two anther lobe. Dina two anther lobe with the four microsporangia or pollen chambers. Monothecus na one lobe with the two microsporangia or two pollen chambers. Okay, and the attachment of anther lobe also different in a filament. For example, some are basifixed. The base, the filament is attached at the base. Okay, it's called as basifixed. And some is adnate. Adnate na the both the side of the anther, both the side of the filament, if it is fixed, it is adnate. The dorsifixed na only the dorsal region, only the one part alone if it is fixed, which is called as what is that? Dorsifixed. And another one is versatile. Okay, so the versatile one almost like what is that? Dorsifixed only, but it is somewhat different. Okay, so in this case, you could able to see the versatile anther, you could able to see two lobes properly. Okay, so this is what about the fixation of anthers in the filament. Okay, so the next we are going to see what is a stamen, what is a microsporangia. So here, how many chambers we have? Anybody? I told na it is a dithecus or a monothecus.
Dithecus.
Dithecus, you see, two lobes we have, four microsporangia, four pollen chambers we have. So this is example of what is that? A dithecus. And mono na one another, the one, only two chambers we have and one lobe. Then it is called as what is that? The monothecus anthers. Okay. So and next one, we know that the stamen and microsporangium, how it is takes place. Okay. The structure helps in microsporogenesis, the process of development of male gamete. Okay, which is known as what is that? Microsporogenesis. Okay, what is microsporogenesis now? The process which what is that? Produce the what? A male gamete, which is called as what? A microsporogenesis. Okay, and between the two lobes, we have a connective tissue. If you see, these are the two lobes. The center we have what is that? A connective lobes are present. Okay, the center we have what? A connective tissues. Once again, see the diagram. Okay, the microsporophyllis. Okay, it is a male reproductive organ of the flower. Is it clear, children? It is a male reproductive organ. And each stamen consists of three parts. Okay, we already know. One is the filament, anther. The anther and filament are connected by the, what is that? A connective tissue. So this is the generally, the externally we could able to see. Okay. In anther, two theca are connected by the connective. That is, two lobes are connected by the, what is that? Connective. So filament is a what? A slender stalk of the stamen. Okay, so the anther is a fertile part which is present in the tip of the filament. The proximal end of the filament attached to the thalamus or petal of the flower. The number and length of the stamens are variable in flowers to the flower. Based on the different species, the number of the, what is that? The attachment, the number of present of stamens are, it is not similar. It is vary from plants to plant. Okay, wow. Okay, so what is the filament structure? It is a slender structure. Okay, and the anther is, okay, the fertile part fertile. Why the anther is a fertile part present at the tip of the filament? Na? From the anther only, I told it will produce the what? A pollen grains. Yes. Yes, children. And also the stamens are, it's not similar in every plant, which is vary. What is that? From plants to plants. Okay, which is vary from plants to plants. Got it? Okay, so what is that? A male reproductive part is called as microsporophylls. Okay, which produce the what? A male reproductive organ. Okay, and if you take each stamen, there is three parts are present. One is the filament, the second one is the anther. Both the filament anthers are connected by what is that? A connective tissue. Okay, and a filament is a slender a part of the stamen, and the tip of the stamen we have a fertile part. The fertile part is called as what is that? Anther. Why the anther is called as a fertile part? Which produce the what? A pollen, a grains. And also, if you see, stamens are variable in flowers of a different species. It is not similar. It will be variable. Okay, so generally, if you take in angiosperms, this is the diagram, children. If you take an angiosperms, one second. If you take an angiosperm, okay, if you take an angiosperm, these are the layers in the down it was given. In angiosperms, if you see, I told two dithecous anther only I told, right? Okay, what do you mean by dithecous? How many chambers I told? Children, how many chambers I told? Dithecous means four chamber, I said, right? These four chamber, that is dithecous anther is connected by what is that? A connective tissue. Okay, so here each lobe of anther contain two pollen sac or microsporangia. Okay, generally, listen carefully. The angiosperm consists of two lobes. Angiosperm have two lobes. Each lobes are connected by connective tissue. Okay, two lobes I told, right? Each lobe anther contain two pollen sacs. That is the reason I told four microsporangia solirke. Okay, so the four pollen chambers are four microsporangia which is present in the each anther. Or anther nale, how many chambers are present?
4.
Four chambers are present. Okay, each lobe consists of
2
each
chambers.
lobe consists of two chambers. So total how many chambers are present? Four chambers, right? Yes. Such anthers having two anther lobes and four microsporangia, okay, or pollen chambers are called as a dithecous or a two-lobed. Okay, va? So this is what about the dithecous anther. So the dithecous also we can say, two-lobed also we can say. And in plants, some of the example, China rose, lady's finger, these and all we have, right? Having only one anther lobe with two microsporangia instead of four. Okay, such anthers are we can call as what is that? Monothecous. Such anthers we can call as what is that? Monothecous or one lobe anther. So, however, at maturity, the microsporangia of anther lobe get united by dissolution of what is that? Partition tissue between them. So, in this organism, when the pollen grains matured, so the partition between the two lobes will be disintegrate. Dissolution will take place. So, will combine together. Okay, so the mature dithecous when you take, the anthers are tetrasporangiate and bilocular, while the mature monothecous anther, if you see, it is a bisporangiate and unilocular. This is the anther about the structure of anther. Again, I say children. So generally we have a two types of anther. One is the dithecous anther, another one is monothecous anther. Dithecous nale two lobe இருக்கும், two chambers are present. Two lobes are there. Each lobe consists of two chambers. So total four chambers are present. Total four chambers are present. So most of the angiosperms have what is that? Four chambers only. But in some of the plant, like what are they? Okay, a lady's fingers, example, Malvaceae family, China rose, these plants, they have a monothecous only. Monothecous means they have a one lobe, two pollen chamber, one lobe, two pollen chamber they have. Okay, so when we observe a mature, when the organisms are getting mature, so we have a tetrasporangiate in the dithecous anther, bisporangiate in the, what is that? In a some of the Malvaceae family organism, that is in a monothecous anther. Okay, and the locule na number of rooms ன்னு சொல்லலாம். Okay, tetrasporangiate na it is a bilocular, and if it is monothecous na then it is comes under unilocular, ஒரே ஒரு locular மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? This is what about the what? The structure of anther. Okay, when we see the structure, it look like a butterfly like only, right? We have look like a butterfly only. Yes. Okay, in dithecous anther, how many stamen will be there? One stamen. A number of lobes? How many lobes are present?
2 lobes.
In dithecous, 2 lobes. Then how many pollen sacs we have? Or pollen chambers we have?
4.
4 chambers. Okay, va? In if monothecous, how many lobes are present?
Only 1 lobe.
Only 1 lobes. Okay, so how many pollen sacs are chambers are present?
2 chambers.
2 chambers. Okay, so how many locular in a dithecous anther?
Bilocular.
Bilocular. How many locular in the monothecous anther?
Unilocular.
Unilocular. So this is the general structure about what? The angiosperm, the anther, about the anther. Now we are going to see, so what it is made up of, the TS of microsporangium, pollen sac. So what it is made up of, we are going to see. So when we take a transverse section, which is made up of different layers. Okay, generally 4 types of wall layers are present. Okay, 4 types of wall layers are present. Okay, so the first layer is epidermis. Okay, the first layer is, what is that? The outermost layer. Okay, so now I'm going to first, I have discussed about the structure, butterfly structure. Okay, stamen, filament, anther, stamen, filament. Okay, in that, in stamen la வரும்போது filament, anther, connective tissue. அதோட general character வரும்போது we are discussed about unilocular, bilocular. Bilocular na dithecous, unilocular na monothecous. But dithecous anther have 4 sporangiate, microsporangiate, that tetrasporangiate also we can say. Monothecous have, what is that? Only 1 locular with the 2 chambers only we have discussed. This is the general character. Okay, but when we are discussing inside what are the structures are present, we have a 4 important layer. So the outermost layer is, what is that? The epidermis. Okay, so what is the epidermis role here? Now the main function of epidermis is, what is that? The protection. Make a note of it. The main function of the epidermis is epithelium, they given. Epithelium also we can write. Okay, so main function is, what is that? Protection is the main function. Okay, and it has thin walled stomium present in between the pollen sacs of the anther lobe, and it is the site of dehiscence. Okay, in the epidermis itself, we have a small pores. Okay, these pores are called as stomium. Make a note of it. Stomium. 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 These parts are called as, what is that? Stomium. Okay, with help of the stomium only, when it is get mature, it can able to dehiscence. It can able to dehiscence, and it can produce the, what is that? Anthers from the pollen sac. So this is the main function of the epidermis. What is that? Epidermis is the outermost layer of the anther. It is a single layer. The main function is a protection, and it has a stomium. Wall la வந்து சின்ன சின்ன pores are present, which is called as a stomium. With help of the stomium only, it can able to, what is that? A dehiscence. It can able to dehiscence, and it will release what? The pollen grains. So this is about the epidermis. And the next one is endothecium. So endothecium is next to the epithelium. This also made up of single layer. Okay, hypodermis also we can say. Okay, and wall with the hygroscopic thickenings, and it is helpful for the dehiscence of anther. Okay, so this also next to the epithelium we have. Okay, and it is general, it is support for what? The dehiscence of anthers only. Okay, and the next one is the middle layer. So middle layer, if you take nearly 1 to 5 layer, middle layer which is made up of nearly 1 to 5. So epidermis also single layer, endothelium also single layer. But when it comes to the middle layer, which is made up of what is that? 1 to 5 layers. Which is made up of 1 to 5 layers. Okay, so here the endothelium and middle layer perform the functions of protection and also helps in the digestion of anther and release the pollen. எல்லாமே which is help to digestions means nothing but it is a divide it and release the what? A pollen grains. So this is the main thing. And the next one is the important layer that is called tapetum. Okay, that's called tapetum. It is the innermost nutritive layer. Make a note of it. Here only we can expect the question. Okay, so innermost layer of the anther, which is called as what is that? Tapetum. They have a dense cytoplasm. The tapetum have what is that? A dense cytoplasm. Okay, and it will nourish the what is that? A pollen grains. It is nourish the pollen grains. And also it has a dense cytoplasm with the nucleus. So for nourishment of pollen grains, that is with help of what? A tapetum only. Yes, yes, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so this is what about the what? The tapetum. Okay. So when the anther is young, okay, a group of compactly arranged homogeneous cells is present that is called as sporogenous tissues, which is occupy at the center of each microsporangium. Okay, or center of each microsporangium வந்து we have what is that? Sporogenous tissue when the tissues are young. யங்கா இருக்கும்போது we have what is that? Sporogenous tissues also. Okay, va? So this is what about the what? The general characteristic of what? The structure of the microsporogenesis. So the microsporogenesis means the process of development of what is that? Pollen grains or male gamete. Okay. So in the microsporogenesis, when we discuss, it has a four main layers. Okay. So that is anther walls also we can say. Epidermis is outer wall, outermost layer. It help in protection. Also, I told it has a stomium. Okay, which is helpful for the dehiscence. And next one is endothelium. Okay, so these also arranged a single layer and it is mainly important for what is that? A dehiscence of anther. The middle layer, it is made up of what is that? 3 to 4 layers. The both, which three also mainly protection and dehiscence of anther. The innermost layer I told tapetum. Okay, so the tapetum, it is mainly, it is important for nourish the pollen grains. Nourish the pollen grains. Okay, and the main function வந்து என்னது? Nourish the pollen grains and also when the cells are young, when the anther is young, it has what is that? Sporogenous tissues at the center. Okay, and nourishment is the main function. Okay, a tapetum also secrete a callus. Make a note of it. A tapetum which is also secrete the callus. CALLASE. Also secrete the callus. Okay, also secrete the callus which dissolve which dissolve callus of microspore tetrad. Tetrad na என்னது? The four chambers. Okay, so அதை வந்து dissolve பண்றதுக்கு helpful ஆகும். Okay, and tapetum produce ubis bodies which are coated with the sporopollenin. Okay, and which makes the exine of pollen grains. I think the sporopollenin is very important to preservation of pollen grains. That is very important. What is that? The sporopollenin only. Okay, va? For preserving the pollen grains, one of the most resistant organic material. Okay, make a note of it. Sporopollenin is nothing but it is one of the resistant organic material. With the help of this sporopollenin only, it can able to withstand high temperature, strong acid, alkali. Okay, alkali. For all this condition, the pollen grains can able to withstand. That is main function of what is that? The sporopollenin only. Okay, so tapetum which produce what is that? Some of the obese bodies. okay, which is coated by what is that sporopollenin, which makes a chain of the pollen grains, and it will able to withstand the what is that substance in the at different environmental conditions. Okay, va? So this is what about the different layers of the what is that pollen grains. First, I told about the chambers, tetrasporangiate, biporangiate. Next, I told about different layer of the what is that the anther. Okay, especially four important layer: epidermis, endothecium, middle layer. The epidermis, endothecium, and middle layer. The three also main function in what is that protection. Main function in the protection, and also dehiscence of anther and tapetum. The main function was the innermost layer, nutritive layer also we can say, because it will nourish the pollen grains. And the tapetum வந்து it secrete the what is that callus, okay, which dissolve the callus of microspore tetrad. And tapetum also will secrete some of the obese bodies. These bodies are coated with what is that sporopollenin. So sporopollenin is nothing but it is an organic matter which is important for organism for can withstand the high temperature, high humidity, whatever the condition is there, it can able to withstand. Okay, va? So miss, I told here it's mentioned resistible substance found in the living world. Okay,
What is the
and
function of callus?
yes, yes, ma.
What is the function of callus, ma'am?
Callus, yeah, secrete the callus. It is one of the enzyme. Da. Okay, so here when the for dehiscence, the layer should be dissolved, right? Callus, with help of the callus, the layer should be four layers we have, right? Endothecium, and what are they? The outermost layers, epidermis, middle layer, all these layers should be dissolved. Okay, then only it can able to, the pollen grains can able to release out, right? For that purpose, the callus is an enzyme which dissolve callus of microspore at tetrad. The tetrad now four chambers. It will be dissolved. That is with the help of the callus. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And the next one is we are going with what is that? Microsporogenesis. Okay. So about the pollen grains, we are going to study microsporogenesis. Is it clear, Amma? So you know about structure of anther, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Structure of anther we know. Second, we have discussed about TS of microsporangium. That is a pollen sac. Structure of pollen sac or microsporangium we have discussed about the four layer. Don't forget it. And the next we are going to discuss about what is that microsporogenesis. What is microsporogenesis na? Okay, when the anther get develops. Okay, what do you mean by sporogenous tissue? I told sporogenous tissue means
Center of each sporangium contains the sporogenous tissue.
very good, very good. When the anther is young, it has what is that? A sporogenous tissues, right? So this sporogenous tissue undergo meiotic division. Undergo what division? Meiotic division, not mitotic, meiosis. Undergo meiosis division. Okay, and it will produce what is that? The microspore tetrads are formed. Microspore tetrads are formed. Okay, children. Okay, so the formation of microspores or pollen from pollen mother cell is called as microsporogenesis. First, make a note of it. Define microsporogenesis now. The formation of microspores in the microsporangium. The formation of the process of formation of microspores, that is male gamete in the microsporangium, which is called as microsporogenesis. Okay, I told the each young anther which is made up of what is that? A sporogenous tissue, I told, right? This sporogenous tissue is called as archisporial cells. Okay, archisporial cells. Okay, archisporial cells. This sporogenous tissues only, I told, increase the size and everything, and it is undergo what? Division. It undergo division to produce what? A microspores. Yes. Yes, children. Yes, ma.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So undergo meiosis and give rise. What is that? Four applied microspores or pollen grains are formed. Is it clear? So the microsporogenous cells divide. What is that? Meiotically. Okay, divide meiotically. Meiosis division, which produce four aploid microspores will be formed. Okay, four aploid microspores will be formed. Yes. And as anther mature or dehydrate, the microspores are dissociate from each other and develop into pollen grains inside the microsporangium. There are several thousands of microspores or pollen grains are formed and released with the dehiscence of what? Anther. Okay, so all the here given the space between the cells increase. Microsporangium is called as pollen sac. Okay, pollen sac, nothing but the pollen grains producing region is called pollen sac. So when the sporogenous cells, it is able to, when it is divide, okay, it will form what is that? A thousands of what? A microspores. Thousands of microspores will be formed. Okay, so what is micro? Once again, I'll recap the point from beginning. Once again, listen. Microsporogenesis na the formation of microspores. Okay, are pollen from the pollen mother cell, which is called as microsporogenesis. Okay, and each microspores, that is each microspore mother cell, okay, are primary mother cell, PMS also we can say. Microspore mother cell or primary mother cell undergo meiosis division, which give rise, what is that? A four applied, a tetrad of four applied microspores are formed. That is, pollen grains are formed. You got it? So what happened? Microsporogenous or what is that? The sporogenous tissue, which is undergo, what is that? A division to form, what is that? Primary microspore cells or microspore mother cells are formed. Okay, microspore mother cells are formed. That is, four applied microspores will be formed. Then anther, when it is mature, okay, when it is mature, what will happen now? It is dehydrate. The microspores dissociate from the each and every cells and develop the, what is that? A pollen grains inside the microsporangium. Nearly thousands of microspores will be formed. Thousands of microspores will be formed. These are the microspores. Okay. So this is the what? A process of microsporogenesis. Vedant, can you make a note of it? You know what is microsporogenesis?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a clarity here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The
Yes, ma'am.
microsporogenesis na formation of micro pollen grains. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So how these pollen grains are formed na, which is undergo, what is that? Meiotic division. That is a microspore mother cell or what is that? Primary mother cells, which is undergo what? Division, and it will form, what is that? Four applied tetrad. And also we can go with like this also. The first formation, microsporogenesis. Microsporogenous cells divide first mitotically produce microspore mother cell. Then the microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to produce a tetrad of four applied microspores. Also, you can write it. Make a note. This is the easy way. You can indirectly, if you're going, you can go like this. First, what happened? First, mitotic cell division, it takes place in the microsporogenesis. Then microspore mother cells are formed. This microspore mother cell undergo meiotic division to form, what is that? A four applied, that is a tetrads of, what is that? A four applied microspores are formed. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a clarity now here, Tango?
Yes, ma'am. Clear,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. So now we know எப்படி pollen grains form ஆச்சுன்னு. Pollen grains எப்படி form ஆகுது? First வந்து the process of pollen grain formationக்கு பேர் என்னது? Microsporogenesis. சரியா? இந்த microsporogenesisல first வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, இந்த microsporogenous, that is a sporogenous tissue இருக்குல்ல, அந்த tissue வந்து mitotic divisionக்கு உள்ள போகுது. மைட்டாட்டிக் டிவிஷன் போய் நமக்கு என்ன மைக்ரோஸ்போர் மதர் செல்ல ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுது. இந்த மைக்ரோஸ்போர் மதர் செல் ஆர் பிரைமரி மதர் செல் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுது. இந்த மைக்ரோஸ்போர் மதர் செல் ஆர் பிரைமரி மதர் செல் வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா அண்டர்கோ மியாசிஸ் டிவிஷனுக்கு போகுது. இந்த மியாசிஸ் டிவிஷனுக்கு போகும்போது நமக்கு 4 எப்ளாய்டு மைக்ரோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. 4 எப்ளாய்டு மைக்ரோஸ்போர்ஸ் வந்து ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. ஓகேவா? இந்த ப்ராசஸ்க்கு தான் என்னது மைக்ரோஸ்போரோஜெனிசிஸ் சொல்றோம். காட் இட்?
Yes,
am
ma'am.
I clear? ஒரு டைம் நீ ரீகேப் பண்றியா? then I'll move to the next. இந்த டாபிக் I had a doubt whether it's reached or not. எப்படி pollen grains ஃபார்ம் ஆகுறதுங்கிறது.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Ma'am, microsporogenesis it is the process of formation of microspores from microspore mother cell, or we can say it is a microsporangium. First,
Okay.
the sporogenous tissue undergoes mitotic division to form the microspore mother cell or primary mother cell. Then the primary mother cell undergoes meiotic division to form 4 haploid microspores, which further get developed into pollen grains.
Okay, very good. Okay, so the pollen develop into what? Pollen grains. Okay, so very good, ma. So inside each microsporangium, how many number of microspores we have? I said thousands. Okay, nearly thousands of what is that? Pollen grains or microspores are present, and it is released when it is a dehiscence of anther. Okay, when it is released, dehiscence of anther. Now the anther dehiscence ஆகி அதாவது பொளந்து ரெண்டா பிளவடைஞ்சு நமக்கு என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு? நிறைய போலன் கிரைன்ஸ் என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு? ரிலீஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. ரைட்? கரெக்டா? இப்போ அந்த போலன் கிரைன்ஸ் உடைய கேரக்டர் என்னங்கறத வந்து we are going to discuss now. Okay, so it is given sporogenous tissue undergo mitosis cell division and it will form what is that? It is the pollen tube formation. Okay, the tetrad formation. Here the tetrads will be formed. Okay. Now we are going to see about pollen grains. So male gametophyte. Pollen grains என்கிறத வந்து we can call as what is that? We can also represent as what is that? Male gametophyte. Okay, va? Yes. We can also represent as what is that? Male gametophyte. Okay. And a pollen grain or microspore also we can call. Okay. It is generally unicellular. Make a note of it. It is generally unicellular in nature. Pollen grains are generally unicellular in nature. And they are haploid. Haploid, na? They have what is that? Zygote. That is the condition of diploid and haploid. Okay. 2N na diploid. N na haploid. Only one gamete is present. Okay. And it is oval or rounded structure. எப்படி இருக்கும்? Oval or rounded structure. Okay. And so oval or rounded structure generally 25 to, it was not mentioned, you can make a note of it. It is nearly 25 to 30 micrometers in diameter. The pollen grains உடைய measurement பார்த்தோம்னா when we are measuring, it is nearly 25 to what is that? 50 micrometer in a diameter. Okay. So pollen grains is represent as male gametophyte. Okay. And it is undergo division. First, pollen grains வந்து first undergo mitotic division in which karyokinesis will take place first, which is followed by cytokinesis. So we all know what is the karyokinesis and cytokinesis, right? What is karyokinesis and cytokinesis, ma'am?
Division of nucleus is called karyokinesis.
Very good. Division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. So first the nucleus will be divided. 2 nuclei will be formed. The followed by the nucleus division, the cytoplasm also will divide. Okay. So finally 2 daughter cells we will be get it. Okay. Yes, ma. So this is the way the pollen grains will be divided. So general character pathona, it is also known as, it is a represent male gamete and it is unilocular, haploid, oval shape, rounded structure. Okay, இது measuring வந்து nearly 25 to 50 micrometer and it is made up of 2 layer. Okay, generally, Okay, it is made up of the pollen grains, which is made up of two layers. One is the outer layer is called as exine, which is made up of sporopollenin. The pollen grains made up of two layers. One is exine and another one is the intine. The outer layer வந்து generally thick, tough, and it is composed of sporopollenin. Outer layer is thick-ஆ இருக்கும், tough-ஆ இருக்கும், hard-ஆ இருக்கும். Tough means nothing but hard. Okay, it's called as sporopollenin. So what is the sporopollenin? Already I told it is organic material, resistant organic material. Okay, resistant organic material. It can withstand high temperature, strong acids and alkali. And the inner wall of pollen grain is called as intine, which is made up of cellulose and pectin. Which is made up of what is that? Cellulose and pectin. Okay. And when we're discussing about exine, in exine we have a one of the aperture or a germ pores are present. Okay, germ pores are present in the sea. In this circle, we have a continuously layer. In between, we have a pore. It is mentioned here, pore. Okay, which is called as germ pore. Where the pores are present in this region, the sporopollenin will be absent. The sporopollenin will be absent. So this is the character of what is that? Exine layer. So pollen grains, which is made up of two layers. One is the exine and intine. When we are discussing about exine, the exine வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும்? Tough-ஆ இருக்கும், thick-ஆ இருக்கும், which is made up of sporopollenin. Okay, so sporopollenin is nothing but it is a resistant organic matter which is help the pollen grains to withstand in the what is that high temperature, strong acids and alkali, and strong acid and alkali. Okay, and no enzymes that degrade the sporopollenin. Very very important one. There is no enzyme will degrade the sporopollenin. With the help of this only, I told we can able to preserve the pollen grains for long time. And and if you discuss about the sporopollenin, exine layer, we have a small germ pores. We have so where the sporopollenin is absent. Okay, and sporo grains are well preserved for fossil because of the presence of what? A sporopollenin only. Make a note of it. Why the germ pores, that is pollen grains, can able to preserve for long time now? That is due to sporopollenin. And when we discuss about inner layer, it is called as intine. It is a thin and smooth, and it is composed of pectocellulose. It is made up of what is that? Pectocellulose, which is present of pectocellulose. Okay. So intine is made up of pectocellulose, pectin and cellulose. Okay. Pectin and cellulose. These are the character of what is that? A pollen grains. Next, this is a pollen grains character. Now we are going to discuss how the development of pollen grains. We are going to discuss about the development of what is that pollen grains. Here it was given. Okay, how the pollen grains will be developed. Yes, when we discuss the development of that is a pollen grain, male gamete is more or less uniform in all flowering plants. எல்லா flowering plantsலயும் the male gametophyte development is unique. Okay, so which is the first cell of male gametophyte? Na, the answer is pollen grain is the first cell of male gametophyte. What is the question? There is a chance of question. Which is the first cell of pollen grains? Okay, what is the first cell of pollen grains? Pollen grains are the what is that? A first cell of the pollen grains. First cell of the pollen grains. Okay, yes. So here, so how the vegetative and generative cell it will be formed. So already I told here the pollen grains, what happen? Undergo one mitotic division. Okay, in which first karyokinesis will take place. Then it is followed by what is that? Cytokinesis. Okay, first nucleus will divide, followed by cytoplasm will be divided. Okay, so this division is not equally with the daughter cells will be formed, not equal. Okay. Yes, Esma. And here during this division mitotically and produce bigger cell, that is a vegetative cell. I told two cells are formed, not equalized, right? The one is the bigger one, okay, which is called vegetative cell, and the smaller one is a generative cell. What happened? A male gamete. Okay, in all flowering plants the division of male gametophyte is similar. Okay, the first cell of male gametophyte is pollen grains. First, in which the nucleus will increase the size and it will be undergo karyokinesis followed by the cytokinesis. During this division, okay, from the pollen grains, two cells will be formed. One is the vegetative cell and another one is the generative cell. So vegetative cell, if you see, it is a bigger in size, and the generative cell, if it is the a smaller in size. Okay, this is the a condition during the cell division. Okay, and here the vegetative cells, what is the function of the? It has abundant food reserves and along with the large nucleus is present. And when we discuss about generative cell, it is a spindle shaped cell with a dense cytoplasm. With the a dense cytoplasm, we have a two cells. Yes. So two cells are formed. So how two cells are formed? First when the nucleus divides mitotically, followed by cytoplasms get divided. While dividing, two cells are formed. One is the bigger one and another one is the smaller cell. The bigger cell is vegetative, smaller cell is generative. In a vegetative cell, okay, it will food reserve, more abundant food reserve is present and nucleus also present. In a generative cells, we have a spindle shaped with the dense cytoplasm. Okay, this cytoplasm the nucleus will be float. Okay, nucleus வந்து என்ன இருக்கும்னா float ஆயிருக்கும். Yes, you got it. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, is it clear? Yes, so up to now we have discussed vegetative cell, tube cell, also called as tube cell, and generative cell. So now we are going to see what happened this vegetative cell and generative cells. So most of the angiosperms, if you see, the pollen grains will be released at the two cell stage. Make a note of it. This is one of the question. Already I told dash is the first cell of male gamete in a pollen grain. Okay, and the most of the angiosperm pollen grains will be released at which stage na? That is a two cell stage. That is, one is the vegetative cell and another one is what is that generative cells. Okay. Okay, and next one. Actually, it is one of the additional point only. The pollen grains, because of pollen grains, we have what is that? Some of the allergy. Okay, so that is called as hay fever. Pollen grains மூலமா நமக்கு காஸ் ஆகிற அந்த அலர்ஜிக்கு பேர் என்னதுன்னா hay fever. Okay, and the next we are going to see how this pollen grains dehiscence and how what will happen. Okay, so what happened? I told up to generative cell and another one is vegetative cells are formed, right? And during this two celled, that is generative and vegetative, two cells are formed. This is the stage most of the angiosperm will release the cells. Okay, so pollen grains are shed two cell stage in more than 60% of angiosperms. Make a note of it. Most of the angiosperm, I told na, the percentage they have given 60% of angiosperms. Okay, and the generative cells divide mitotically and give rise to two male gametes before pollen grains to shed. Pollen grains வந்து கீழே விழறதுக்கு முன்னாடி generative cell is there, right? Vegetative cell, generative cell. Vegetative cell already I told it is only for a nourishment. So a generative cell only smaller cell. This generative cell divides mitotically and produce how many male gametes? Two male gametes will be formed. Okay, and before the pollen grains are shed, that is two cell வந்து கீழே விழறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த division நடக்கும். Then the pollen grains of many species cause severe allergies, I told, right? That is a bronchial affiliation in the some of the people leading to the chronic respiratory disorders also. Like asthma, bronchitis, இந்த மாதிரி diseases வந்து இந்த pollen grains ஆல நடக்கிறது. Okay, example வந்து parthenium, carrot grass, Okay, these all came into India as a seed contaminant. Okay, with the imported wheat had become a ubiquitous in occurrence, caused the pollen allergy. Make a note of it. Parthenium, carrot. Okay, and also some of the imported wheat plant also, which come present almost everywhere. It caused the what is that pollen allergy. Due to this pollen allergy, we will get what is that asthma, bronchitis. Asthma and bronchitis we will get it. We have a problem with that. Okay, so this is what about the what? The pollen grains. Okay, and so pollen grains are generally we can able to store at the liquid nitrogen nearly minus 196 degrees Celsius, which can used for the pollen bank. Okay, so which can used for the pollen bank. Okay, va? So what is the development? First, what will happen? So the male gamete, how the male gamete will be developed? Most of the male gamete development in most of the angiosperms, 60% வந்து என்னது same. First வந்து what will happen, Vedant? First, what will be increase the size? First, what will be divided?
And the male gamete divided into vegetative and generative cell.
Vegetative
Vegetative
generative
cell.
cell. First, nucleus will increase the size, followed increase when it is increased, followed by what is that? Mitotic
Cyto.
division, followed by cytoplasm division. Finally, how many cells are formed?
2 cells.
What are they?
Vegetative cell and generative cell.
Vegetative cell size is,
Larger.
and the generative cell is,
Smaller in size.
what is the role of vegetative cell?
It gives nourishment. It has
Uh,
abundant food materials.
yeah, abundant food material they have. Okay. And what is the function of generative cell?
Uh,
Okay.
it,
Yes.
it, it is smaller in size. It is spindle shaped. Then it has a dense cytoplasm that it divides mitotically and it produces
Uh,
two male gametes.
Very good. Okay. It will produce two male gamete. So most of the angiosperm, in what cell stage it will be fall down?
Two
The
cells.
pollen grain. Two cell stage என்ன ஆகுது? Fall down ஆகுது. ஓகேவா? Yes. So pollen allergy. Okay. அதனால வர்றது வந்து என்னது? Asthma and bronchitis. ஓகேவா? So mostly வந்து the plants like parthenium இது எல்லாமே imported variety. இது நம்மளுடைய கண்டிஷன் நம்ம இந்தியால இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் இல்ல, இது வேற இடத்துல இருந்து வந்தது. ஓகே. ஒன்னு வந்து parthenium, carrot wheat, and some of the wheat also will cause the what is allergy to us. ஓகேவா? And some important information about the pollen grains when we are discussing. Okay, so pollen grains வந்து rich in nutrient. Okay. In the recent years, nowadays, the pollen tablets are preparing with the pollen grains. Okay, it is a food supplement. In Western countries, if you see, large number of pollen product in the form of tablets and syrups, it is available in the market. Okay, and actually, the pollen consumption has been claimed to increase the what is that performance of athlete and race horses. The horse races people are there, no, they used to take this. Okay, so with help of pollen they used to make a syrup or what is that, a tablets. Okay, with help of the tablets the people can get what is that, high nutritive energy, especially the people who are athletes and race horses. Okay, this is important one. And the period which pollen grains remain viable highly variable, so some extent depends on prevailing temperature and humidity. So அதோடைய viabilityனா அதோடைய fertile condition வந்து எதை பேஸ் பண்ணி இருக்குன்னா based on the temperature and humidity. Okay, and for example make a note, the rice and wheat. Okay, these are additional information. Rice and wheat, the pollen grains lost the viability within 30 minutes. Lost the viability within 30 minutes. அதோடைய viability வந்து இழந்துரும். Okay, minute after their release ஆன 30 minutes lost that. And some member of Rosaceae, Leguminaceae family, Solanaceae, they maintain the viability for month. அதோடைய fertility condition வந்து per monthக்கு இருக்கும். ஆனா வீட்லயும் ரைஸ்லயும் 30 மினிட்ஸ்லயே இழந்துரும், லாஸ் த வயபிலிட்டி. But Rosaceae, rose plants, Leguminaceae, pea plant, Solanaceae, okay, like a potato, tomato, brinjal இந்த மாதிரி பிளான்ட்ல அதோடைய viability 1 month வரைக்கும் இருக்கும். Okay, already I told the pollen preservation temperature வந்து liquid nitrogenல -190 degrees Celsius we can preserve it. Okay, this pollen grains can be stored in the pollen bank or also in the seed bank also they are preserving, and they are using for what? As crop breeding programs வந்து they are using. They are using for the crop breeding programs. Okay, and so we are using liquid nitrogen to preserve the what? The pollen grains. No, this method is called as cryopreservation. This method is called as what is that? Cryopreservation. Any doubt?
No, madam.
Any doubt? Is it clear?
Clear, madam.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is about what? A male gametophyte. Okay. So in the next class, we will see what is the female gametophyte. Is it clear? We'll go with the next class about female gametophyte.
Yes,
If I
ma'am.
completed, the first chapter will be end. So up to now, we have discussed structure of male gametophyte. Okay. We have discussed about what is that? A structure of male gametophyte and how the pollen grains are produced. Okay, we have discussed how the pollen grains are produced, a TS of microsporangium. Okay, what different layers we have discussed, and how the pollen grains are produced, microsporogenesis. And next, how the development of male gametophyte. And also we have discussed about what is that? What is the uses of pollen grains, and due to the pollen grains, what is the causes for us? So all these things we have discussed. Is it clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Sir, am I audible? Vedant?
Ma'am?
Sir is there?
Mm, yes, ma'am. Sir is there, ma'am.
Sir, am I audible, sir? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Yes, yes. We'll wind up, Tango.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sentiment, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's okay. The class was?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If you have a doubt also, you can come with the points. Okay. We will discuss about the next class. Okay. From maximum, I have taken from the neat book only, neat material only. Okay. You prepare all these things. Okay. We will wind up the class.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll
Thank
see in the
you.
next. The
Thank you,
continuity
ma'am.
we'll see in the next one. Okay, ma. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.